Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm going to talk about Polar. So I figured we'd start a new thing on the channel. I feel like if you're like me, you watch a ton of streaming services when you're at home, and I feel like I want to talk about some of the movies that are on these streaming services, and specifically Netflix original films. So like I said, the first movie I'm going to talk about is Polar, and I have to say, I don't think Netflix really got off on a good foot with me, especially with this movie. I really just didn't enjoy it. So Polar is basically a movie about Mads Mikkelsen's character, who's the Black Kaiser, and he's a hitman. He's a very John Wick-esque hitman, very stoic character, and he is trying to retire from this assassin syndicate, and if he retires, they have to pay him out for his retirement, which is a great deal of money, multiple millions of dollars, and the leader of this crime syndicate does not want to pay him out, and they want to kill him before his retirement date, and it's basically a bunch of assassins that are up-and-comers and new people in the assassin world, and they're trying to take him down as the Black Kaiser, like the ultimate assassin. And that's basically the premise of the movie. The story of itself is really, really simple. The movie is extremely graphic. I'm not very prudish myself, so I'm not bothered by extreme violence and sexuality and nudity and just overall just craziness and edgy in your face stuff. But this movie just doesn't have anything to it. It feels like it's very surface level. It feels like it's just trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, and it is very graphic, and it's just nothing, there's nothing behind it. So other directors and other movies and filmmakers have done this style, and it's worked out really well. For example, the Tarantino movies, his stuff is really graphic and in your face and violent, but it's backed up by really good storytelling and really witty dialogue, and this movie doesn't really have either one of those things. It does really feel like it's trying to capitalize on the craze of the John Wick type films, really trying to have that over-the-top action that people really enjoy, trying to have that tight cinematography and really good shooting and all that stuff, and it doesn't really have that. I mean, I feel like it's trying to emulate a Grindhouse meets John Wick meets Smokin' Aces movie, and it just doesn't land on any of those fronts. I have to say though, if you're going into it and you're just not going to take it seriously and you're just going to try and watch a movie to have, you know, a good stupid time watching a film with just tons of graphic nudity and violence, and that's what you're into, you might enjoy this movie. But me personally, I need a little bit more to my films, and overall, other than some fun, exciting action scenes, it's mostly just flat. The movie itself also seems slightly miscast. The character that plays the main villain, he definitely feels miscast. You can't take him seriously. I mean, I guess you're supposed to not take him seriously, but it's laughable at times. And Mads Mikkelsen's character is really flat. Mads Mikkelsen is a really good actor. I've seen him perform really well in other films, and in this one, he's just kind of flat. He just seems sad and mopey around the whole movie. He doesn't really get to do a whole lot. And when he is fighting, it's pretty cool, but there's a lot of lull in this movie. This movie's over 2 hours long, and it definitely could have cut down 30 minutes and just made it ridiculous, committed to that over-the-top zaniness that it has at times. It just made a really fun movie, but it tries to be serious, and it tries to move itself along down certain avenues that I just didn't think it was ever going to pull off. And that's one of the things that really knocked it down for me. The director of this film actually did a lot of music videos, and you can definitely see that come through. He did a lot of music videos for Lady Gaga, and it has that very, very stylized look to it. And if you take the movie apart into individual little scenes, you can see that it's almost shot in like little sequences. Like, this is my little set piece with an action fight. This is a little set piece with an action fight. And that doesn't gel together to make a really good movie. Certain individual scenes were really interesting and they were shot really interestingly, but if you really, it kind of feels like you just threw it all together. Like, these are some ideas, let's throw them all at the wall and just try to create a thread throughout it, and it just really didn't pull that off. But there are a few scenes, like I said, that are interesting. There's some very strange scenes. There's a scene with a sniper and a nude Mads Mikkelsen, and I was like, what is going on? There were like 3 scenes like that. I was like, what is going on? It kept my attention because I never knew what was going to happen in the film. It did keep me watching it. If it was almost like, I'm going to keep watching this because it's kind of like a train wreck and kind of ridiculous, and I just want to see the next ridiculous thing. Very cartoonish in that way with the deaths and everything. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it has a ton of redeeming qualities. So if I were to rate this movie, I would give it a 3 out of 10. I think if you're looking at it objectively, it's not a good film, but you can find some entertainment in it. Like I said, if you're someone who really likes those graphic, violent action movies, and you just want to see crazy zaniness, people get their heads blown off and, you know, chopped up and all kinds of crazy stuff like that, you'll enjoy it. But if you want to go into it seeing like a John Wick or an Atomic Blonde or something really tight like a Bourne movie or something like that, you're not going to get that with this. This is really surface level. This is really ridiculous, very stylized, very style over substance, I have to say. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And next week we'll have another Netflix movie. We're going to try to keep this going. There's such a huge back catalog that I haven't seen, so I'm going to try and keep going with it. And let me know what you thought of it. Maybe you liked this movie. Maybe you really enjoyed it. Maybe you got something out of it and saw something that I didn't see. I'm always interested to see people's opinions on movies that I really did not like, because I like seeing other people's perspective. I mean, maybe you found something and you really enjoyed it, so put that down in the comments below. Alright, see you guys next time.